Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We are having a group of Zergs. Things are going to get real Zergy here in the ZVZ to decide who is getting the first place spot and going to GSL Code S. No Terrans going out of this group no matter what.
Yep, we only have 3 Zerg players and a Protoss, and the Zergs are also the 2 players of the race currently in the winners match. It's Dark versus Pet.
Pet bouncing around looking very happy after his win against Seed.
I like Pet, as I said earlier. He's a nice guy and he also has a lot of skill.
Yes, he does.
Didn't have to show that in the last game that he played because it wasn't Dave's point, but still, we have him now going up against another Zerg player in the mirror match, and the first map here is going to be Frost.
Yep, Frost is going to lead us probably into a longer game than the series we saw from Savage and Dark, and in that game, Savage was the aggressor, so Dark himself playing the more defensive games, and I expect him to continue that trend. And this is a big 4-player map, so anything could happen. Let's find out who's going to take game number 1 between Pet, his opponent Dark, here at the GSL Code A. That's my
Dark versus Pet.
The map is Frost and ZVZ is the name of the game. To the bottom left of the map we have Pet, the StarTale player, who was successful against Seed in the ZVP that we just saw a few minutes ago. And he's going up against his fellow Zerg player that was successful against Savage in the first best of 3 that he played. To the bottom right we have the SKT1 player.
He's 10-pooling, man.
Yeah.
What is going on? He's like, well, I didn't 10-pool before, so Pet probably watched that. Now I can get into his head, because I'm going to 10-pool him. So, on a 4-player map where he doesn't expect it, and I'm lucky with my scout.
Yeah, if you go for that build that he's currently using, then what you have to do is you send a drone out as well, because your Overlord Scout usually is not fast enough to find out what's happening, but he actually gets super lucky, because it's also a position where he will see the second Overlord, so he might not even have to send out a drone. Usually you have to send out the drone as well and have a quick poke there into the top right if you scout the Overlord to the bottom left to just find out where your opponent is spawning. But in this scenario everything works out well for Pet, and we see his opponent going into a hatch first, and that's very bad for Pet because Dark is going not only into a 10-pool but he's going into 10-pool banelings.
There's the scout on the Overlord, so he's like, yes.
That's the best thing that could happen for him, because right now he didn't say, if he would have sent the Overlord, let's say, to the top right, he would have still had to send out the drone,
which costs him money.
Exactly, it costs him money, and if you go for this build, every mineral counts.
It's very true. So we have a hatchery first for Pet, which really works in Dark's favor.
Yeah, not only that, Pet is going into hatch, into gas, into drones, into pool. So very delayed spawning pool, and that is the worst case scenario basically.
It's only mind.
By the way, do not have banelings, we have speed instead.
Which can also be scary as a follow-up. His queen's a little bit late, so he's not going to have that rocket boost of production just for a little while. But if Pet gets the idea that he's just going for a little bit of aggression and then switching out, and then speedlings come in, that could be a disaster.
The bigger thing is he could actually try to cancel the spawning pool and force the drones off the middle line.
He could have. You know, he actually sees it too, but it looks like he's just gonna go for the hatch. Hatch, no, cancel.
And he's just committing to links. He's getting more and more links. He will be the one with the faster speed upgrade. He's trying to kill his opponents with, oh my god, 2 Zerglings at home that he forgot about. That's bad. Or did he just keep
he kills the hatch.
Run by?
Hatch is gone.
Oh, that's something that Pet knew. Pet knew he would lose it, but he just said like, alright.
Should he have possibly cancelled it?
Not necessarily. Like, if you don't cancel the hatch, but if you leave it there, you basically say like, alright, I want to have the extra lava, and I want to have the time that I get because you attack the hatch and nothing else.
That's a good
And
answer.
as he has more harvesters than his opponent, it kind of evens out again. Of course, you lose a lot of minerals, but you have also the better mining, and you buy yourself the time that you need to get your own Zerglings into the game.
He sees no hatch here, and even though he didn't see the Zerglings until just now, he already has a Baneling Nest coming up. He's playing this super safe.
Speed kicks in.
Speed kicks in, and this is a really important moment. Dark has to actually get some momentum right here, because if he doesn't, the Banelings, the counter Banelings, plus the Defender's Advantage is going to work really well in Pet's favor. Is also already making a Spine Crawler.
Yeah, Pet is in a little bit of trouble here because that's a lot of Zerglings coming his way. The Banelings, that's all about the Banelings, but the Queen is already being attacked. Can he take down the Spinecrawler too? Those Banelings are not done just yet. The Lings are everywhere, attacking what they can. The Queen goes down. Is there another inject? No.
Nope, no other inject. Baneling hit here, number 1, decent. Second one gets 2, it looks like.
That looks very much like it might be
This looks like disaster.
I don't know how far along those Spinecrawler is. Okay, it's done, so that helps him.
Yeah, but he's put the Harvester count down to 8.
Yeah.
But the Spine is going to make him safe probably against the next wave because he doesn't have his own Baneling nest. So with the 1 Baneling there and any additional Banelings, he might be able to morph like the second one he's making now. He should be fine here.
It's really
but he doesn't have a Queen.
It's very good for Pet because, sorry, for Dark. Pet doesn't have a Queen, Pet doesn't have an expansion. He is behind in the Harvester count by 4. So the Queens alone already giving Dark a huge lead. And Dark has so many Zerglings that he can easily just apply more pressure. And look how exposed, for example, that spawning pool is.
Yeah, the spawning pool is so easy for him to poke at. The Extractor as well could be poking. And he can just also get his own hatchery and then keep...
even scarier, get his own Baneling nest, and there it is.
Well, yeah. Oh, gotta be careful about that. Does not want to get X detonated, I guess, is the more technical term for using the X key to detonate your Banelings.
I mean, look at the Harvester count. It's 18 to 13 right now. We don't have a natural being built for Dark, but he could do that. He's just going for his own Baneling nest, and he wants to end this game right now. He wants to get his own Banelings and then just attack here. Now that he might actually get his expansion instead, and he's already moving out with the drone because he realized that it's going to be a bit iffy for him to go up that ramp. But he will have that advantage.
Yep. You can just make like 2 Banelings at the bottom of the ramp and keep his Zerglings there and make sure his opponent can never take a hatch.
We just saw the resources lost tab as well to the top left, and Pet lost 1,500, and Dark, I think, about 500, like a third. So right now, the advantage for Dark is absolutely insane. He has the faster expansion, he has the better economy already, he has the Harvesters there as well. Like, he's in a very, very good spot.
He controls the bottom of the ramp. I mean, he has 3 Banelings there to 2. All these Zerglings to help out as well. Spinecrawler moving over here to the ramp is pretty cute, but not going to solve any of his problems. And, I mean... it's just going to become a problem of larva and money very, very soon here because he's not able to take his expansion. That drone tries, and he's like, no, you're not taking that base, I'm sorry.
It's just delaying it. Every second that he can delay this counts, and he might just go in and try to bust it, and that's what he was trying to do here.
Yeah, that didn't work out his way.
If he just busts down the hatch, that is all that he has to do, and denying it again, that would work for him absolutely beautifully well.
I don't think he can do it now, though.
26 ago, he's going for it and trying to do some damage.
He wants to make him make more Banelings too if he can.
The thing is, as long as that hatch is not done, he can trade here. It's absolutely okay for him to make these trades.
Yep. Actually going to get a few Zerglings here possibly.
Orko is actually in the main base. Fuelings go in, but only 1. Okay, Queen is there to defend. But still, the Harvester count is still in favor of Dark. He has a much better income already.
Production is better for him.
Yeah, saturating his base now too.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to force it here, you know?
I think that he's just gonna, with the lack of Zerglings after these, he's probably just gonna go home, and he might even make his own Spinecrawler at home, just in case of a counterattack. Whoa! That was scary. I thought Pet might lose some of his Lings there.
I mean, he's 12 Harvesters ahead already, and he has such a sick income that he will have the faster attack into lair. He's already taking the additional gas, which is something that Pet cannot take. The advantage for him is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he has his own spine up at home, so that he can feel comfortable back there defending, and he doesn't have to defend yet. Here comes that 1 lone Baneling up there. 1 hit on that Baneling on those Lings could actually just cost Pet the game. He just doesn't have enough to... Larva doesn't have enough production to remake those Lings if he loses that. Not like he's going to die, but then he's just going to be way too far behind.
It's now 28 versus 40 Harvesters already. The income is so much better for Dark, especially when you consider the gas. And that will help him to get a lot more roaches in here, and also the upgrades if he wants them.
That Baneling is going to give me a heart attack, man. He's like just playing with me. He's toying with me. If you think about it, Zerglings, the way they engage each other, it's like they are so obedient, and they will... One Zergling goes down to 1 health, and the other one that's fighting it will just turn around immediately if his master orders it. He's like, no, just go back. He's like, okay, not going to kill him.
We're just going to see roaches here in a roach push. He's not even going into lair. He's not even going into evolution gemmers for upgrades. He apparently just wants to build speedlings and roaches, go across the map and take it.
Don't blame him for that. If he gets scouted, Pet might be able to spine up and hold somehow, but even if he holds, then he's just going to be even. He's not going to be ahead. And look at this, all these Banelings being made with it.
I would have preferred him to actually transition into lair. To be
That's the
absolutely
safer
honest
way,
with you.
for sure. Like, that's the way to win for sure, and instead of playing this style that's a little bit more all-in-y.
I mean, he's taking a risk here. He's far ahead, but he's taking a risk with this. And Head is already going into lair. Here come those Banelings on the other hand. Moving in, only one Spine Crawler, and that Spine Crawler is already gone. He takes a lot of Zerglings and also a few hits on those Roaches with him. But the Roach numbers for Pet are not too bad. The Speedlings, on the other hand, they join the fight now. And once again, Dark is ahead in overall army supply. He's moving in. The drones are pulled.
Drones are going to escape here. The Banelings could just attack the Roaches. He actually tries to block the ramp, losing so many drones here. And that's going to be game. He just has way too much. GG.
Dark takes it. That was the one thing that Pet really had to hold. If he holds here, then he has a good shot at winning it. But of course, Dark was already so far ahead that that he was able to make that work.
He couldn't identify that it was coming until it was too late. And if he had maybe spined up, could have held possibly. But it's just at these positions too, really hard for him to see that in time. But Dark is currently now 3-0 in ZBZs.
Yep.
And he wants to take the 4-0 and get out of this group without even having to touch Seed.
Well, what's going to be the next map? It's Pet's map choice now, of course.
I think he's going to pick maybe even Alterzine, like a big map. That's what I would guess.
Yonsu.
Interesting.
Zerg versus Zerg on Yonsu, and Dark with a smile. He's having a good time here.
He's like another 2-player map where I can mess with you, get into your head.
He's one map away from going to Codex.
Do you think Pet's going to be the one who puts on the aggression in this game since he chose Yonsu, 2-player map? What do you think? It's hard to say, but like, I kind of have a feeling, based on what we saw from Savage when he picked a 2-player map as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. We've seen so many early pools right now. I expect that we are definitely going to see some early aggression in this game as well. I would be surprised if both of them would just on a map like Yonsu go for an expansion build. But if it's going to be Head or Dark, I don't really know. In the first series, it was more Savage that was going for the aggressive builds. Was it?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was. And Dark defended, but now he's switching the roles, and he's being the aggressor.
He switched gears a little bit. It's a mind game right now. We might see both of them with an early pool here, or 14 pools to prevent early pools. We'll see. Game on. Game number 2, Head versus Dark. GSL Code winner match.